Hey everybody, welcome back to Marriage Monday. We're so glad that you're here with us this week, and this is our final episode of the season.
Yes, we are at number 30.
Number 30. We made it.
Yes, we did.
Ruth is very excited because it helps with her OCD to make it to the big 3-0. But no, this is kind of a bittersweet moment. Very sad because we're going out for the year, but we're going to come back big and strong in January 2021. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say on that, Ruth?
Yeah, I got lots.
That's the last one of the year that I was going to say. Ruth, do you have anything to say? And catch her off guard.
Yep.
No, what we wanted to do for today's episode is we wanted to cover 3 areas, and we're going to leave you with a growth moment for the entire rest of 2020, and we'll just go from there. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, so the first one we wanted to talk about was vision planning. So this is huge, and so since we're going out, what we're going to do is we're going to challenge you to get vision. I think we talked about this several times during the other podcast, is talking with your spouse, coming together during, I think one of the tools we said is to pick 1 to 2 days for the entire year. So you'll have 64 days that you won't have to fight and wonder about these issues because you pick 1 day out of the year.
Or a weekend.
Or a weekend out of the year.
Sometimes it's longer than 24 hours.
Anyway, we got it down to 24 hours. No, we got it down to a phone call now, right, Ruth?
Yeah, right.
No. Anyway, Ruth and I usually will do this around February, and so we're going to continue to keep with our constant little yearly thing we do around Valentine's Day. We usually take a week, and we go to the XO conference, and then we usually kind of up to that point start building stuff that we're doing as far as our marriage. As far as the ministry, Marriage Monday, things that we're doing, and then as pastoral stuff that we're doing for Palestine Church, we're doing kind of this next month to 6 weeks that we're going to start getting things ready for 2021. So we throw that out to you to say, during this time in your own marriage, you want to, what are some of the tools that maybe you would tell them? Maybe they need to get away for the weekend. Maybe they could write down stuff. Ruth loves keeping like a journal to, I guess, write down things that I'm saying. But anyway.
It just helps me with my thoughts to write them down, because sometimes I get into an argument or something and I can't think of things that have happened or what's going why I was upset at that moment.
Documentation.
So I document so that I understand and I know where I was coming from, because I have a lot on my plate. And so when you bring things up, or I'm not able to go back and talk about it with clear understanding, and I forgive and forget a lot and move on.
Which is good.
It is great. But then whenever something's brought up, or we're talking about something in a fight that hasn't been mended yet, I don't have the proper tools, I feel, to talk about that. So that is why I do it.
Ruth and I shared the same Apple account, and so when she's writing down these things, which is usually typing them into her Apple Notes, when I'm going through and typing my notes and stuff, or a sermon or any other kind of stuff I'm typing a note, I'll see this thing that says like reasons I'm ticked off at Daniel or something like that, and I'll go through, and by the end of it I'm so depressed I need some whiskey or something. I don't know what
phones are linked and we can't unlink them.
So then I'm like, okay, it says Daniel was a bonehead this morning. I'm like, okay, Daniel. And I'll call her and be like, hey, this morning when I said this thing?
I started doing them on my computer so he doesn't see them.
Oh, so now you're hiding stuff.
No,
this is not a very good vision moment for our...
Sometimes I speak out of anger, and it's good, but time goes by because I don't feel the same way.
This is good that we're having this recorded. Sometimes
we are so off beat.
The first thing we were going to tell you is the vision planning.
Yes.
So make sure that you get with your spouse, and then you start talking about what is 2021 going to look like. And this needs to be family, finances. It needs to be every single thing that you think you could have a spat about. Go ahead and begin to think about these things, write them down, plan them out. And then if you need to plan a weekend, take all these things with you and hash it out. That way you go into 2021 prepared, ready for everything that's going to come your way. Anything else you want to say on vision planning?
No.
Okay. So The next thing that we're going to encourage you in is reviewing content.
Yeah.
Reviewing, we have, this is the 30th episode. We have a ton of good content because we had interviews. We've had even the elders in our church. Yeah, we had some of the people that have spoken into our marriage. I remember early on we had Ross and JoJo Dickerson. We've had Christy and Neil Warren. I mean, we've had a ton of people. If I'm not mentioning you, I'm sorry, but there's so many people that have spoken into our lives and given us content for the show. And then we even took you through some of the stuff that we've been through as far as the curriculum for indestructible marriage. What are some of the other stuff? Keep your love on. So all of this to say, if you're like, okay, well, I don't know what to do with this or a spat or communication or anything, this is, I'm trying to think of stuff. You can go back through the content on YouTube and look at all these past episodes. And the reason we're encouraging you on doing that is because going into 2021, right now we're planning for the rest of the year. We're planning already through the summer of things that we're going to be reviewing. And all this is kind of tentative, but we have like week by week of stuff that we're going to either go interviews or other content, things like that. But we want to encourage you that if there's something you're like, okay, we haven't touched on, like one of them is budgeting and finances and things like that, which we're going to go into in 2021.
Right.
So if there's other stuff you want to see,
let us know. Message us, comment on the videos.
Yes, my cell phone number is
No, don't do that again. Anyways, just let us know if there is something that you want us to talk about that we haven't brought up yet. So
yeah, and then it doesn't matter, like if you want to do it in confidence, that's fine. I don't know how you could send us a text offline or something like that and just say, hey, I wonder if y'all can go a little bit more in detail on that. We'd be happy to, because we understand there's a lot of stuff out there. And there's things, believe it or not, Ruth and I don't have it figured out. Nope. She's keeping secret things that she's mad at me about on her computer. So we may talk about that later tonight. Anyway, if there's, where was I going with that? I was going to say, so if there's things that we haven't been through, maybe with rearing children or like Micaiah and our other sons, we haven't sent them to college yet. So if there are things retirement. I haven't retired. I'm about to retire. But anyway.
Like there's things we don't know. So
yeah, we can find somebody who knows it. We can find somebody who speaks into our marriage, spiritual mothers and fathers, and we would love to have them on here to talk about those things. So if you're like, I really want to know about retirement.
Okay.
I don't know what I was going to say. Love and marriage and menopause. Maybe we should talk about that?
Yes, maybe.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. So, anything else on reviewing content, stuff to prepare for in the new year? Okay. The third thing that we're going to leave you with is going to be like our growth moment for the year. So, if anything, Ruth, are you tearing up? It's very sad. It's okay. All right. So, for 2020, I guess to fade out the whole rest of the year and say to prepare and get you ready for 2021, if there's anything that we've taught you, anything that's important, it would be, as far as the marriage, context of marriage, it would be connection.
Yes.
You have to maintain connection. And I know like last week we talked about holiday schedules and we talked about the craziness, the busyness of life. I think one of the most important things coming out of 2020, we looked back at like the virus when it first hit. We looked at when Ruth and I first started the podcasting and stuff. It's been a wild and crazy ride. And out of all of this, it seems like connection is like the number one thing because it's brought us closer together, believe it or not. I've seen more of Ruth this year than I've ever seen in my entire life or marriage. And so it's been a good thing. Yeah, a lot of hurts and a lot of things have coming out, of 2020, but really connection is one of the bigger ones. And I was going to encourage you that one of the stories I go back to is I was working for a specific company. This company was taking a lot of my time, a lot of the things that I was doing for this company years ago. And I kept thinking, I will get to this place that's going to be like the best thing where I'm going to be like established and I was going to have all this time and money and do whatever I needed to. And at that point, then I cannot be so anxious and fearful and I can relax and engage more in marriage. And Ruth told me several times actually, but I remember this one time she was like, Are we ever going to get to that place? And she was saying it out of frustration. So it wasn't wise Ruth. This was mad Ruth.
Or loving Ruth.
Or loving Ruth. But she was like, when are you going to get to that place where it's going to be good enough, or you're going to have enough of time, or you're going to be not so anxious? And basically what she was saying is, when are you going to attain the level where you feel like you have enough time to engage in the marriage and relationships and have, everything figured out? And the answer is that in the workforce and all these other things and in life, there's always going to be craziness. You're never going to get to that level where it's like, I've attained this spot where, I'm perfectly, anxious free and all this other stuff, even though that's what we're called to.
Right.
But go ahead and seek connection during this time.
Mm-hmm.
Connect with your spouse and be like, you know what, I know it's crazy out there. Right now I'm in the medical field, and I don't know what's going to happen in 2 to 3 months. I know where God's going to be, and I know that where we're established, but as far as this nation, as far as healthcare and everything like that, it's just crazy right now. But I have to find where I'm established. I have to find where my identity is. I have to know where we are concreted in our foundation, and launch out from that point. And so as a growth moment, we want to encourage you to connect with your spouse over the holidays. Enjoy your children. Enjoy your family. Enjoy each other. If you're by yourself during these holidays, just enjoy life and connect with one another, and leave all the trash and all the worry and all the anxiety, all the other crap. Leave it, out there.
Yes.
Don't take it with you. So what do you have for them?
I just wanted to say, I wanted to thank you guys for being on this ride with us, for going over the crazy year of 2020, and just us learning how to film, learning how to do this.
Still haven't figured it out.
No, we've gotten into a groove, so it's been a crazy ride. It's been a great experience. We've loved being able to share all this with you guys.
Yeah.
And so thank you for being patient with us, for starting off in the new. I just went back and watched the new ones, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we've grown so much in being able to film better.
From the first episode?
Yes. I can start reading cue cards.
I'm Daniel, and this is 60 Minutes.
It was bad. No, but we just thank you guys for sticking it out with us, and letting us learn this whole new thing, and engaging with us. It's been really awesome. And so with this next year, with us not filming right now, we are going to be planning for the new year. We are going to be taking the vision retreat, and just being able to, it's been something that we've been filming almost every week now. And so just being able to regroup that and replan that, and go into 2021, I feel with a lot more vision than what we've had. So
and we'll keep you updated with other stuff that's going on. So I know you may be watching this in Timbuktu on YouTube, trying to fix your marriage, but we're actually located in Palestine, Texas. We're connected up with the marriage and family pastors at Palestine Church, and so we have a lot of things planned as far as the church this year, engaging with teams and doing different things that we are very excited about. So if you're in the Anderson County, East Texas area, we encourage you to come see us. We would love to hug on you. Socially distance hugs. We'll do an air five. And then we'll just love to connect up with you through Palestine Church. But anyway, any last words you want to say going out 2020?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a happy New Year. Happy anniversary and happy everything. I'm trying to think of the whole... We have a lot going on in the next couple of weeks. Anyway.
Yes, we do.
All right, so we gave them the growth moment. We usually pray for y'all, but I think this time we'll just say, Jesus bless you. And then if you'll turn to your spouse, look them deep in the eyes, and go real in for the kiss, and then pick their booger. All right, we love you guys. We'll see you next year.